All right, guys. Sorry about that. For whatever reason, YouTube seems to be duplicating my live streams right now, so it's adding more than there should be on there. So hopefully you guys can find your way over to this stream. All right. So again, we only have two stocks that are going to be on watch today. As far as I have ALQA and BLCM. Those are the only two that I actually have on watch today. Okay. So for those of you that just got into the live stream, I'm sorry about that. For whatever reason, YouTube is duplicating my live streams this morning, so it was making it kind of difficult for whatever reason. So I had to go ahead and actually restart the live stream. All right, so give me a couple seconds here, and we'll get going. My live streams this morning, so it was making. All right, sweet. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing my screen because we just lost a good amount of time there, real quick. All right. All right, sweet. So, well, the first one I had on watch was ALQA. It has a 37 million share float. It usually trades an average of 500,000 shares of volume. And right now it's trading at about 10 million shares of volume. So definitely picked up, okay? So give you the rundown real quick. Right now, ALQA is not performing the way I would have liked it to. So this was on watch as long as, or this was going to be in play for me as long as the stock would have been able to break above 55 cents, okay? So 55 cents or maybe even 56 cents was going to be my desired entry point. And as you can see, right now, ALQA is starting to die down. So this is starting to not be what I was looking for. This is not looking so hot. This is not what I wanted to see. Now, the reason I picked 55 cents, if you come down here, and let me just make this a little bit bigger for you guys. So if you're looking down this screen, you'll notice that this big green bar right here, that was yesterday's trading. If you look right above it to the purple line is right at about 54 cents, 55 cents. And if you look back into just a 1 day, 1 minute chart, you'll realize that 55 cents is exactly where the stock stopped and after hours trading. It peaked out at 55 cents, and that is exactly where the 200 moving average lies, right about 54, 55 cents. So for me, the only way I was going to play ALQA is if it could break above 55 or 56 cents to go long. And as you can see, pre-market, it is starting to die down. So this no longer, for me, is meeting the criteria that I would like to get in. So this is something that I would not like to look to go long. And it's very low price, so it's possibility, depending on your broker, that you may not even find shares to short the actual stock. Okay, so this no longer actually looks good to me now. All right. Yeah, so Gerald, yeah, all over ALQA no longer looks good. I only have two stocks to go over, and the next one I'm going to go over is BLCM. So considering I only have two stocks to really go over, I'm going to have a lot more time to start looking at some of the stocks that you guys have, shouting out in the chat. So let's go over mine real quick, and then we can start looking at yours, and then maybe we'll hop around to some pre-market action. Okay, so BLCM, I believe, was shouted out in the chat yesterday during the live stream. And whoever shouted out, maybe it was a few of you, it ended up having a pretty damn good day in which it opened up around $8.90 and hit highs of $9.85. So basically about a dollar move within the first hour of trading. So that was a very good call out to whoever mentioned it. Okay, I got a lot going on this chart down here. So let me clear that up for you guys real quick. I was using some Fibonacci there. 1 second. All right, so solid. All right, let me zoom in down here on the 1 year chart so you guys know what I'm talking about. So as we can see, BLCM recently gapped down. Then we've seen it curl back up for a nice bounce play. And then it peaked out at 985 yesterday. And now it started to kind of fizzle out, and now it's kind of trading sideways. So with that being said, there's some things to notice. All right, so it almost filled the whole gap down, but it stopped out at about $9.85, which was just below $10. So $10, huge mental resistance. Not to mention the 50 moving average is right at $10.05. So there's like a double resistance real close to where the stock peaked out at, okay? So for me, I'm actually not I'm considering shorting BLCM today. We've had a few consistent green days with one red pullback day. And now we had a little bit of an upper wick on yesterday's trading. Okay, it failed to go above 985. So for me, the stock had peaked out. Look at this. It hit 985 1, 2, 3 times yesterday. So technically it triple topped. And now it gapped down to $9.03 in looks like after hours trading, or is that pre-market? After hours or pre-market, it's hard for me to tell. Okay, so right now it's sitting at 903. All right, so I don't know how many of you guys within the live stream short stocks, but I'm considering shorting BLCM below $9, which would be a pretty nice move. And I think if we short, I'm going to short this below $9, I think I could see a move. Let me zoom out. Let me get some better picture here. I think I might be able to see a move down to maybe $8, $8.50. So we're just going to play it by year. I want to see how it reacts once the bell opens, but I'm considering shorting BLCM below $9. And then I'll look for a move maybe to, it's hard to say right now, but 875, 850. We'll just see how far this thing can go. Okay. So those are really the only two I'd watch. BLCM has a 29 million share float. Average volume's 800,000. Right now it's trading at 2 mil. So it's trading above the average volume. That's all good. Good stuff. All right. Now let's go ahead and take a look at a few of the stocks you guys are shouting out in the chat. I've seen a lot of TNDM. I've seen some JNUG in there. TXRC I've seen a lot of. I've already looked at a lot of these this morning. So one that I have not looked at is ERT or ETRM. I have not looked at good morning, bro. LODE is spiking nicely. HUSA. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start taking a look at some of these stocks. All right, so first I'm going to start with TNDM. Whoop. TNDM. I actually played TNDM yesterday actually my arrows are right here. If you look, I have all these little arrows drawn right there. That's where I got in and got out yesterday for like a 2.5 or 3% scalp, which was not bad. Okay, so looking at TNDM, these are ones that this is kind of one of those things where you see penny stocks rip it in the morning and then it dies down. And as you can see, this thing is just kind of, oop, I don't want this on my chart. TNDM, to be honest, I don't feel, me personally, that it's going to have the day we seen yesterday. Right now, it's on this trend. Okay, it's downtrending right now. So the only way I could see value in TNDM today is if it could break that downward trend line and pop back above it. And not to mention, it's at about 90 cents right now. So first off, it's going to have to break through the $1 mental resistance before I'd even see value. So if I were to trade TNDM today, it would have to have a lot of volume, and I'd have to see it break above $1 before I could justify playing the stock. So for me, TNDM, I think it's going to be one of those dead ball days where we just kind of see it maybe have a little spike, or it kind of rallies, but it's going to continue in that downward trend. All right, so that's me for TNDM. That's why I don't have it on watch. What else we have? We have, let me go up this chat a little bit. Let's see. Okay, another big one. IMGN. I'm definitely going to take a look at JNUG. IMGN. Okay, so IMGN spiked up really hard. Spiked up really hard to 750 pre-market, but then it shot back down drastically. So to give you what I'm looking for, so whenever I see a stock like IMGN where it spikes up pre-market and absolutely goes up super fast, the only way I like to play them is if they can continue to hold that high price point when they spike. So this spike to 750, what we generally like to see is it hold that 750, maybe a 740 area. Once it spiked to 750, we want to see it maybe consolidate sideways at 750, or maybe it'll sell off a little bit to 745, 735, but it's generally holding that high price point in which it gapped to. Right here, IMGN gapped up to 750, and then it came right back down to 684. So from its gap up to where the price is sitting now, it dropped 7% already. So it's kind of big. So for me, it's hard for me to want to play something like this because it gapped up, then it gapped down. So it's telling me it couldn't hold a high price point. So I personally feel, does it even have news? 901. It does have some news this morning. Adds 12% pre-development deal worth at least 165 million. So it does have some news out this morning. So you could watch it. You could definitely watch it. It's sitting at $7 right now. So it's a possibility that it will be in play today. I would probably, if I were going to play this, I'd have to play it above maybe 705 or this kind of resistance it's building right at about $7. So for me, it might make sense to play it over 705. You could see an early morning spike up to 750 to retest pre-market high. But for me, this isn't my typical go-to pattern style that I would like to play. I just don't think it's going to do much today, but I could be wrong, okay? So if you feel that IMGN is a good play today, you can definitely keep it on watch, all right? But if you look at this chart, right, if you look at it, it was on a nice uptrend, okay? It peaked out at $7, and now we're downtrending. So technically, we're on the backside of the mountain, and we're going down, okay? So we went up, and now we're on the backside of the mountain, and now we're riding down, okay? So that's some things to think of. You're technically, on a one-year chart, you're going against the trend. If you want to go long, you're going against the trend right now. But there is news, so that's good, okay? Hold on. Let's look at Trxye real quick. See if that's doing anything. This was a pre-market mover, I thought. Maybe it wasn't. Okay, so Trxye, I did look at it this morning, and it honestly, this particular style does meet my go-to thing for a continuation. So I was really close to putting Trxye on watch, but I hesitated and I didn't. Okay, so for those of you shouting out Trxye, it does actually look pretty promising. And the reason I point that out is because you'll see that, hold on one second, it peaked out at 95 cents. So if we go from here, 95 cents. It hit resistance, 95 cents, 1, 2, 3. I'll zoom in. See, 1, 2, 3. 3 times it hit resistance at 95 cents. So it's building up a strong wall there. And if we could break through 95 cents, we might see a nice spike. But the only thing that makes me nervous about it is the fact that the 100 moving average is right at about $1.02. So if we can break, the only way I'll play Trxye is a break above 95 cents. But immediately after we break 95 cents, you're going to hit resistance, or you could expect to hit a strong resistance right at $1, $1.02. So you're only going to be able to make 5 cents profit before hitting a first sign of resistance. But if we can break through $1, $1.02 strong, then I could definitely see us having a strong one. So Trxye, definitely on watch. For those of you who want to trade it, I may even trade it myself. It just all depends. But a Trxye, if enough volume comes in and we can break through maybe $1.03, then we could see a nice move because we have completely cleared the 1 year 200 moving average resistance. So the only reason I didn't put it on watch is because the resistance is so close to where the price is at right now. Your profit potential is so small, okay? But definitely on watch now. Might as well. We didn't have much to look at anyway. So I'd say Trxye, a break over $1.03 to potentially go long. There is no news right now, so it's clearly just all technicals. So if there's enough people watching it for the break over $1 or $1.03, then you might get that early morning spike, and then you could definitely get in there for a quick scalp, make some profit. All right, next one I want to take a look at, we'll take a look at JNUG. So JNUG, cool. Let me actually delete this trend line because it was absolutely horrible. All right, so looking at JNUG, I mean, I know if you guys look at JDST, and if you guys aren't familiar, JNUG and JDST, they're like complete opposites of each other, but just look at how well they move together. So JDST, if you look at this chart right now, then you look at JDST, you'll realize that it's almost an identical chart. So for those of you in JNUG or JDST, you can look at one stock and you can play the other without basically having to look at it. I swear, they basically do the same thing, just the exact opposite. So looking at JNUG, this is strong right now, very strong uptrend. Going from yesterday till today, you can see that it's creating this nice upward trend line. I mean, they're making higher lows and higher highs right now. So everything on this right now looks pretty strong. All right, so for me to want to play JNUG, I would have to get a break over, I'd have to get a break over 2250. I'd have to get a break over 2250, right? So I mean, honestly, Ricky's more of a JNUG guy than I am. But if you look down here on this chart, the 1-year chart, I zoomed in a lot there, but JNUG just broke through its 1-year resistance of the 100 moving average. So now you have absolutely no other moving averages that you're going to hit until $27. So there's a huge profit potential room on JNUG right now. But just because the 200 exponential moving average is at 27 doesn't mean the stock is going to go to 27. You still have all the mental resistances of 23, 24, 25, 26, and then 27. But as right now, JNUG is on a clear uptrend, looks pretty solid. Right now, pre-market, all we have is a ton of consolidation, which is a good sign. We're not seeing a bunch of selling or rallying. So I'd say a good entry, JNUG, above 2258, potentially go long. And then you might be able to expect some type of resistance right at 23, mental resistance, then 2350, and so on. So for me, entry JNUG above 2258, go long. All right. Let's see. Can't see nothing. All right. So it looks like we still got a MUX. There is news. All right. So I'll take a look at MUX real quick. All right. So MUX. So I did look at this morning. MUX. It does have news. So looks like they just got into an agreement. All right, so, all right, it's been downtrending for over a year. It just broke through its, let's see. Okay, so this is another one. This is another example. So the reason I looked at MUX this morning and didn't keep it on watch, if you look, the price is at 270. Well, the price gapped up to 275 pre-market. All right. Well, we gapped up 275, but if you look at a 1-year chart, you'll realize that the 200 exponential moving average is right at 285, 286. So considering that the price is at 275 pre-market, you'd only have 10 cents potential profit before hitting your first sign of major resistance. So that's another reason why I didn't keep it on watch. Okay, so for me, the profit potential on this just wasn't enough to make me want to keep it on watch. But, you know, for those of you trying to trade it, you're more than happy to trade it. The news that's out there this morning could make it, or could push it, and it could break the 200 exponential moving average. Another thing to note is if you look down here, there was a huge volume spike right in the after hours trading. So this huge volume right at the end of the day could be signaling something like it might have a really strong day today because of the news. So you always keep an eye on the volume. For volume just to spike out of nowhere and they're just like that, that could be a sign that it's going to have a good day. That's the same thing that happened with BW. That's something I spotted on BW yesterday, and we had a phenomenal spike right in the morning. And a lot of people that were in on the live stream yesterday caught some of that spike. So congratulations to you guys as well. All right. So for me, MUX, I don't like just because of where its resistance is at. But of course, you know, if you guys want to trade something, you know, go ahead and trade it. Just, you know, make sure you got a plan, you got your stops in place, and so on. David, going long means to buy a stock thinking it's going to go up. All right, so we're getting pretty close here to the time where we got to cut off, but a lot of people look like they were shouting out FRTA as well. Look here. FRTA, I would not play. That looks very dead to me. It just gapped down recently and actually looks like we're going to start going down again. So FRTA looks dead. I wouldn't trade it. Doesn't meet any of – that's how quick it is. When I see a stock like this, you know, it doesn't take me long to realize if I want to potentially play it or watch it, okay? Pixie. Let's see. We got Pixie. Pixie, there is absolutely no volume right now. That's not something I would trade. CRMD, breaking RSI. Okay. CRMD actually looks kind of interesting. Yeah, CRMD you could put on watch. You could definitely do it. You could definitely put CRMD on watch if you want to play it for a break above 55 cents, which is the pre-market high right now, to go long. First area of resistance is going to be right at 66 cents. Actually, CRMD might be a good play today. Yeah, CRMD, I could definitely see potential in it being a good play. Just broke through its 50 moving average. Rests right now at about 54 cents, 51 cents. So a break above 55 cents, go long, and then you have a resistance right at about 66, 65 cents. But either way, this low of a penny stock, that's actually a pretty good profit potential there, okay? I did not go over Ego. I looked at it this morning. I'm pretty sure it's not something I would personally play. Okay, so yeah, Ego. It did gap up. Does it have news? I did look at it this morning. So the most recent news was from yesterday, but it wasn't really much. Looks like a lot of people. Looks like we have some green on the level 2 now. It's just, this is another one where it's gapping up, but I'm not seeing a clear chart pattern. But really, if you want to play this, let's see, we're at 220. So again, all right, again, here we have a perfect example, a stock Ego. It's gapped up to 220. So you could play the break above the pre-market high of 220, but your first resistance is going to be right at $2.28. So you only have 8 cents potential profit before hitting your first sign of resistance. But if you can break through 228, then you have all the way up to 250, okay? So for me personally, you know, maybe a break above 228 to go long, but you know, if you look at it, it doesn't trade on a lot of volume. That's why you see the stock chart. That's why you see it just goes back and forth, 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 because it usually doesn't trade on high enough volume. Okay. And there's no real news for the gap up this morning. Or maybe there is. Maybe it's because gold is doing so well right now that this little penny stock gapped up. But I just don't, you know, it's not my typical go-to thing. But if I were to play it, I'd have to play a break over the pre-market high of 220, first resistance 228. Hopefully you can get over 228, and then you could potentially see a move to 250, but you'd need a lot of volume and a lot of people trading it in order for that sort of thing to happen, okay? All right, so 1 second here. All right, guys, so we got to end it there. Unfortunately, it's getting a little past the time, but like I said, next week we're going to be doing them a little bit earlier, where I'll go on about 15 minutes earlier. That way we can really just start going over a lot of more stuff, and we'll have more time to go over some of the stocks that you guys want to go over. So that's going to start next week. So we're going to end it there for today. Again, only had 2 on watch for me. That was ALQA, but it started to kind of die down. And BLCM for a short play. So I know that maybe a lot of you guys don't short stocks, but if you do, you could see a nice short on BLCM today. But of course, just keep it on watch. And then lastly, if you don't already have a momentum scanner set up, that's 10 what I'll do. If I don't have any of the stocks that I have on watch don't start performing well, then I simply just use my momentum scanner and find stocks that are moving intraday, and then I look for intraday setups, which may be pullbacks or bull flag patterns, doesn't really matter, okay? So that's where we're going to cut it off today. Once again, all the links are going to be in the description below. And TechBud Solutions, right now I want to shout out something. This is really important to a lot of our members. With Hurricane Harvey going down in Texas and down in Houston, we do have some members within our TechBud Solutions groups that are going through some hard times. So right now we're getting in contact with them, and we're kind of reaching out to our TechBuds family or anybody within, I guess you could say, the stock trading community that we are a part of, to help donate some money to maybe some of the members and some people down in Houston or down in Texas that are having a hard time from the hurricane. So right now we're actually just asking for donations to gather up to disperse among some people that really are in need of it. So even small donations, $1.50, it doesn't really matter. We're just starting to accumulate some donations to give down to some of the people down in Texas. We thought it'd be a good thing to do. So the link to, there's going to be a link in the description to a website in which you can go and donate. To be honest, our goal is $100,000. So hopefully we can hit that. But again, all your support is appreciated. So again, go ahead and check out the description box below. All the links for the chat rooms and all that stuff is there. And if you can, in support, please do go donate. I'm going to be throwing the money in there. We've already getting some money going. So that is definitely going to be a cool thing. So definitely help out the TechBuds member with any of the donations that you can. And again, I will see you tomorrow, same time.